on? This is Sleepwalker with Forbidden Magazine. How's it going today?
Good. How's it going, man?
I'm pretty good. Are you ready to do an interview?
Sure am. Let's go, man.
Okay, man. Well, you just got back from Europe about a week ago. Is that right?
About 2 weeks ago now, yeah.
How was the Devastation? You played some festivals over there.
Yeah, we did Mountains of Death in Switzerland. We did Barther Open Air in Barth, Germany, and Partisan in Bad Berge, Germany. And then we sprinkled in some extra shows to get us to all the fests.
Cool.
So I did a total of 11 shows, I think, and kind of spread throughout, so we stayed pretty busy.
Nice. Do you think you made some new fans over there?
For sure. I think definitely at the Barther Open Air was more like a pagan black metal fest, so it was not really primarily our scene, so I think we turned some heads and we gave them something a little bit different to listen to than what they were expecting. So.
Right. Okay, well, I wanted to ask you about that a little later on. What's the status with touring the U.S.? You got anything coming up in the States?
Nothing set for right now. We're actually we typically take the winters off and kind of regroup, and when things start to thaw out, and see where we're going to be at, and try to make sure everybody's vacation time is set and ready, and see what we can do as far as touring. We did last October, I think it was. We did the Canadian tour and hit a couple spots in the States, and we did some shows throughout the States here and there, but nothing major as far as touring. I don't think we're going to do a full-on U.S. tour or anything like that anytime soon. We'll probably just do some things here and there, some weekend kind of things. Maybe hit 4 or 5 shows at a time or something if we do that.
Well, right on. I saw Lividity, I think, in '99. I don't think you were in the band at that point.
Right.
I remember Lividity just like fucking destroyed everybody there. This was in Indianapolis, and you know there wasn't a very good turnout, but you guys just destroyed. And do you guys still throw pornos out into the crowd?
Yeah, on occasion when we have them extra. Yeah, we definitely do that. We have a couple friends that'll like to bring them to us, and we play with certain guys, and they'll bring us a stack to make sure we have some to throw out. So yeah, it depends on as long as it's not a underage crowd or something like that, where we're going to get some kind of
yeah, there's yeah, you definitely don't want that. There's enough trouble with that. Do you now when you got a movie in your hand, are you gonna throw it at the guys that are moshing, saying like thanks, have a porn, or are you gonna throw it at the guys that are standing there being dicks?
I mean, really, as soon as we put it up, people start going crazy for it. So we just kind of toss it up and see how long it lasts.
Right on.
It doesn't take very long. Usually, there's discs all over the place.
They go pretty fast. Yeah, I remember those didn't last. I mean, you guys fucking killed everybody, so the porn on top of it was an added bonus. You guys enjoy playing live and touring as much as you do writing?
I think that's the number one thing about playing music is doing the touring and playing the shows. The secondary thing is definitely the being in the studio and writing and getting it all figured out. But for us, for sure, it's definitely about being up on stage and getting that energy from the crowd and everybody else. Me personally, I love being in the studio as well. Dave does not, but it's number one being on stage, number two definitely being in the studio. So as long as we can be on the stage, we'll definitely will do it.
Well, right on. Tell me a little bit about your latest full length, To Desecrate and Defile. I noticed, I think what I liked about it the most was all the level of musicianship that you guys are displaying. Tell me a little bit about that. How do you know when a song is just right? Because you've obviously got the talent to do whatever you want.
Thank you. It's one of those things where we all kind of write in our own spaces. Dave will write something, Jake might write a song and bring it to us and kind of have parts of it, and I'll write something that just might be a whole complete idea, and or sometimes Dave and I will get together and we'll mash something out together. A lot of times I'll go into something, and if I've got lyrics to go with it already,
Okay, now, how much stuff do you guys write that never gets released? Because your full length came out last year, and I've seen there's like, what, 3 or 4 splits and EPs and other releases that have come out this year already. I mean, do you guys try to release everything that you write, or?
Yeah, typically everything that gets recorded is going to get released for the main focus being the album. Dave will pretty much he'll release anything that's got our name on it, so to help get the name out there. So a lot of things that you see that are splits or little extra tidbits of stuff are going to be live recordings we have, or little rehearsal things that we have where the diehards can get a little bit of everything, and they can hear us jamming in a room, or it's not going to be your top-notch quality.
Right.
But every time we go in the studio, the goal is to put whatever it is we are recording at that session to go on the album, or whatever it is we're recording for.
I haven't heard any of these recent splits or whatnot. I think they're like best ofs and whatnot. Tell me a little bit about those and how those came about.
We have a split with Warpath out of Ireland that has, I think it's just live on both ends. It's got some stuff, I think from Party Song Fest 2008 for us is what it's got on there. There's the complete demography that we put out. Dave got all that together, and that's actually got a bunch of stuff from before I was in the band, so it's got when they were demoing tracks for Used to Abuse and Left for Dead right before I joined, and we went and recorded that. It's got some live things here and there. There's a couple of different 7 inches. The Terrorism split 7-inch out of California. I think that's mostly live stuff as well. I gotta keep up with Dave, because he'll put something out every week if you let him. So it's one of those things. I'm never really sure what we've got out there.
Well, that's kind of a good thing that you're able to release so much material. I mean, you guys, Lividity has been, I think the first release was like 93, and Dave was doing it by himself. Is that right? How did you come around in the band?
Dave started with a 4-track doing stuff by himself. Him and a friend of ours named Tommy Davis. I was playing